Hello guys, today I'm going to show you how to configure voice IP. VoIP, that means voice over the internet protocol. So to configure voice IP we need a router. Here I can choose 2811 router and a switch 2960 switch, and for example I can choose IP phone from here, like for testing we just connect two voice IP. If you can configure two IP phone, then you can configure all of IP phone, right? Just you need to concept how to configure the IP phones. Here I am select two IP phones. First of all we have to configure interface of router, then go to router, command no, configure terminal, and we have to configure interface fast Ethernet, and we have to enable DHCP server, then interface fast Ethernet 0/0 IP address. Here we can configure 192.168.10.1. This is a private IP address, as we know guys, so I can configure this router with this IP address 192.168.10.1, and subnet mask, which is 255.255.255.0, which is default subnet mask of class C. No shutdown. Guys, here we can see the interfaces, the changes state to up. That means the interface is up mode, right? Exit. Right now we have to configure DHCP pool. The DHCP server is needed to provide an IP addresses and the TFTP server location for each IP phone connected to the network. So that means IP DHCP pool. Here we have to define the pool name, DHCP pool name. Here I'm configuring voice IP, that's why I'm selecting voice IP. I can provide voice IP. You can define any kind of name over here. I'm selecting just voice IP. Then we have to define the network, which is 192.168.10.0, and subnet mask 255.255.255.0. and then we have to define the default router, which is 192.168.10.1. This is the router address. This is the router address one, and you have to define. After that we have to configure VoIP, which is option. Then here I can select 0 to 254, but for VoIP configuration we need 150, option 150. This is mandatory for VoIP configuration. Then IP, the router IP is 192.168.10.1, and exit. Then I have to configure the call manager express telephony service. That means we have to configure the telephony service in this router for telephony service. Then we have to define maximum directory numbers. For this we have to use this command like max dn maximum ephones. We can use, for example, when I'm using like maximum 5 we can use, and maximum directory numbers 5, and the source IP should be 192.168.10.1, which is our router IP address. And then the port we can select 2000 to 999. Here we can select 2001. Then we have to automatically assign extension number to buttons. We have to define this command. We have to use auto assign 4 to 6. This command is used for automatically assign extension number to buttons. Again we have to put this command like auto assign 1. Now we have to configure the ePhones, that means IP phone. Supposed to do this IP phone is IP phone 1 and this is the IP phone 2. Then we have to choose the number, the phone numbers we have to select from here, and the every IP phones numbers we have to define in router. For ePhone 1, for ePhone 1 number we have to choose number. We can use like 555, 4 times 5 as we wish. Then we have to select telephone number 2, and this number I can select 666. We have to put this command, otherwise router can't accept this number 6666. Okay, then exit. Then after configuration the router, we have to configure switch, which is decompression. Now start, then enable configure terminal to configure router. We have to assign the interface range. As we know, this switch have 24 ports, the maximum range of 24, but we can select maximum 5. As I wish, as I want to like all ports are enabled in VoIP, then I have to put here the 1 to 24, but I'm here choosing 1 to 5. That means the 5 ports are enabled for VoIP. And next, switch port mode access. After that, switch port voice and VLAN. As we know, this by default VLAN number of every switch is VLAN 1. Then exit. The configuring is done. Then I have to select, and the antenna we have to connect. Then guys, configuration done. We have to wait few minutes, a couple of minutes. After the initialization we can make a call, so please wait. Guys, here we can see the configure is done, and the green signal is here, and we can see here the IP address we get from DHCP server. We can see from here the number also get from router, and if I connect to this IP phone, we have to dial these IP phone numbers, which is here 4 times 6. Then we have to put 4 times 6 from here, like 1 2 3 4, 4 times 6, and this is the ringing out from here, the blinking, and we can receive from here, then the connected. That means the configure is done and successfully done. I think you can understand from this tutorial. Thanks for watching.